recording. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this quickly. If you guys need a refresher on how to do some of the finance and stats stuff here, or tax stuff especially. So for the chart here, remember that for your interest formula, interest equals PRT. And remember that your T is always 1/12 because these payments are made once a month. There's 12 months in a year. Our rate is going to be based off of this. And don't forget to move the decimal place over, so it's 0.0435. And your P value, your principal, remember, is always the balance of the loan. So that's what's going to change each time. Okay, so originally here, the balance of the loan is $120,000 because that's what you take the mortgage out for. So when you do your first interest payment here, it's going to be 120,000 times 0.0435 times the 1/12. And when you do that, and again, I'm going to have you just refer back to the answer key. When you do that and you plug that in your calculator, you get 435. So that means out of your payment, $435 of it is interest, and then you subtract the $598 minus that $435 here to get that $163. And then this is what gets taken off the balance of the loan. So now you subtract $120,000 minus the $163, and that's where the $119,837 comes from. And then you do this all over again, but your new P is the balance of your loan. The $119,837 goes here. The rate stays the same, and so does the time. And so that's how you get the change there. And then you keep doing that, okay? So just a reminder on how to fill out that chart. Going down to the taxes. Remember, to come up with the taxable income, we need to subtract A, D, E, the adjustments, the deductions, and the exemptions. So remember, the deductions is the hardest part. You're always going to try to figure out what's better. Do we want to take the standard deduction of $8,000, or are the itemized deductions going to be better? Okay, so let's figure out the taxable income here. We're going to start with the, what did they have? They earned $52,000 a year. And we're going to subtract off the adjustments. Looks like the adjustments, it's only going to be $1,000. And now, so there's our A. So our D, deductions. Let's go off to the side here and see what our itemized deductions are. We got $500, $2,500, and $3,500 in mortgage interest. So we total that up. If we total that up, we get $6,500. So now I'm comparing which one is better, $6,500 or the standard. The standard is more. It's going to give us more of a deduction, so that's what we want. So our deductions are going to be the standard deduction in this case. And then remember the exemptions, it's $3,500 times however many people you have here, and they have 3 people. So that's why that's going to be the deduction there. So that's what you're gonna subtract from the $52,000, and that's where the $32,500 comes from. So that's your taxable income. So now I'm gonna look up here at the chart. $32,000 is between, we're in this row right here. So I'm gonna pay $11.45 plus 15%. So I convert that right away to a decimal. Of the excess over, so this goes here, 32,500 minus the excess over of 11,450. And then you can go to your calculator and calculate that all out. That's where you get the $4,302.50. So that ends up to be the amount of taxes they owe over the entire year. Okay, so just remember, you're always doing the subtraction, ADE, and then go to the chart using the taxable income. Okay, just a reminder, so stats should be pretty fresh in your mind at this point. Remember, you plug all these numbers into L1, and then you're going to go to stat and go over to calculate. And then you're doing the one variable statistics. And remember what the mean looks like. The mean is going to be that symbol. The median, you got to scroll down a little bit for. The range, remember you have to subtract the your max minus the min, which is on the screen, or you can just look up at the data and say, okay, 99 is the biggest and 7 is the smallest to find your range. Okay, so that's a reminder on how to do the calculator. Then you can look at the answer key and refer to the frequency and data chart on how that's done. I think we should be okay with that. Let us know. Email your teachers if you have questions on any of that. Linear regression here. So remember, this you're going to put into your L1, and this you're going to put into your L2. So put all those values, make sure that they line up. And then to get that linear regression, after you've got your data points in there in L1 and L2, you're going to go to stat. Again, you're going to go over to calc for calculate, and then you're going to go down to number 4, which says linear regression. And that will give you then your R value and the equation. So make sure that you are able to do that in your calculator. Keeping in mind the whole time that your X value is your minutes and your Y value is your distance in meters. So when it says here on letter C, approximate the distance after 15 minutes, your minutes is your time. So that's X equal to 15. Take 15 and you plug it into the equation. So knowing that the equation, after you do this up here, your equation is 4.112x plus 12.85. Then you just take this 15 and plug it in here. So 4.122 times 15 plus 12.85, and then you calculate that out to get that answer. And that answer is going to give you the distance in meters. Okay? It doesn't look like that answer key has that answer on there. So let me calculate it out real quick for you. So after 15 minutes, looks like it's going to be 74.68 meters. Okay. All right. Again, if you have any questions, email your teachers, comment on Schoology. Remember, you're going to be taking this Harper test, so you got to be prepared. Let us know if you have questions.